Hello everybody, welcome back to Horizon 4. We are on the final Build Series Throwback on Lego Island. We started the series on Horizon 2 with S1 class circuit racing, and we're finishing it on Horizon 4 Lego with S1 class circuit racing. Kind of crazy when you think about it that way, as it turns out, but this is not S1 900, okay? We're S1 848, because that is the PI of a Nissan GTR R35 with racing tires. And I wanted to see what cars could beat that, to stick it to the fanboys a little bit. And then the R32 GTR won. So, I guess they got the last laugh, didn't they? Now, we've done all-wheel drive cars, rear-wheel drive cars, six-wheel drive cars. We've never done front-wheel drive cars in this championship. Somehow. I don't know how. But we missed front-wheel drive, because you keep the drivetrains the same on this. So, I chose the Megane R26R, because it's a bit of a race car already, that's somehow road legal. And yeah, I don't know why my voice is giving out, but we're going to give it a go. Hopefully before I completely turn into dust. Okay, we're going to put the silly Forza arrow on it. Now we're going to want some racing tires, yes. And that. Yes. We want all handling. This is, it's a very high-speed track for sure, but there is also a lot of handling. And with front-wheel drive, that's very important to get that handling correct. So, I mean, as Carroll Shelby once said, there's no such thing as too much power, there's but too little traction. So we want to make sure we get as much grip and as much traction as possible. And then I'm hoping we can get into the 58. So 58 would be good. That would put it in the top 5. That would beat the Lego Mini. That would be on par with the Lola T70, the Falcon NASCAR. I think it would be a pretty good showing. I don't think we're going to get into the top 2, which are both 57s, the Bone Shaker and the R32. But we can give it a go. Now we are going to put the Turbo Rally engine in, and this is where things get a bit tricky to balance the PI. So we, let's put the restrictor plate on first. Now let's do a turbocharger first so we can get not max turbo. What about this? And that, no. Okay. You see, you gotta balance it with, because it's a very finicky engine to build correctly. Oh, come on. No. Okay, what if we do this, and then that? No. It's very tricky to build this engine, because you're trying to get the PI just right with a different combination of parts, and it's just not having it. Do that. That. Where can we get 2 more PI, huh? Where can we get that? We got all of that. We can go for maybe rims? Get some lighter rims on it? Yeah. So we're going to be and PI down. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be and PI down. It's not ideal, but I usually go for these. Yeah, those work. Okay. So we're not quite top of the class limit, but it's not bad. 406 horsepower, 450 torque, less than 2,400 pounds, though. That is good, and it should be very good handling. Whether it'll be good enough handling to make up for the traction and the, challenges of front-wheel drive, well, there's only one way to find out. Okay, FYI, 2 things. First, I got some water, so I don't sound like a smoking victim. And second, you might hear some bangs once in a while. Apparently they're working on the air conditioning, so apologies in advance, but we're gonna work on this while they're busy dealing with whatever they need to deal with over there, so gonna try and hopefully those noises will not be recorded by the audio, but you never know. This is going to be interesting though, because obviously front-wheel drive is not ideal, because the front wheels have to do the steering and the power delivery. while in a rear-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive car, you don't have to worry about that, so this has to do double the duty. I don't know, I mean, the Renault Megane is a very good handling car. It's not quite the Clio Forza edition, which is just stupid, but it is very good. Now, those leaderboard cars that you see with this are all-wheel drive, so again, this is, fingers crossed, and let's see, hopefully this does well. It might, what I fear might happen is it might drive very well, it just isn't quick. We've had a few cars, especially in this series, where they drive fantastically. They're great handling cars, I love to drive them, they just don't have the outright pace. There's nothing inherently wrong with them, it's just they don't have the simple pace. Now, we only got 5 flying laps to sort this thing out, so that's a little late on the brakes. And again, I did my usual, make sure that I understand the course. I did build this course, so I sort of know where it's going. We'll see. It seems okay so far. This is just the first half a lap. Tires haven't truly gotten up to temperature yet, although I don't think Forza simulates that to the same extent as Motorsport, but whatever. Then we sort of do this. There we go. Over this way. Come on. I just feel the understeer. That's what I'm feeling right now, understeer. That's not ideal. 101 for the first lap. Like, we're gonna be faster naturally because we had a standing start there. But, I'm not so sold on this car. And I can be better on the brakes there. Yeah, I think the car description there is understeer. Even with the differential, you can just see it's not quite putting the power down as nicely as I want it to. It's not carrying the same speed as the Bone Shaker, especially the R32. That thing had all-wheel drive, it had over 500 horsepower. It was a very quick, wide-body race car. It's not that. This is more akin to, I would say, the Mini, the all-wheel drive Lego Mini that ran around here. That was not ideal. There we go, that's a little better, but we don't have the gears, really. What's our flying time? 59. That's the exact same time as the GTR, down to the thousandths of a second. There we go. The more you know. So it's tied the R35 at least. That's something. And now it's not a great lap, and this is also not a particularly great lap. I'm trying to push it, and this car does not respond well to pushing because of the whole traction loss understeer issue. Okay, I think this car, you're going to be gentle with it to get any speed out. You're going to need smoothness. This will not respond well to brutality. Or downshifting, apparently. Gear ratio is not great for this track. That was another benefit of the GTR and the Bone Shaker, for that matter. They had great engines that had long, high-revving gear ratios that allowed you to just have instant torque anywhere you wanted. This does not have that. A 58.4, okay, it's not bad. And that's a better corner 2, I guess, if you count the first flat-out section as a corner. Okay. It's manageable, is how I would say it. It's manageable. But you can just see it isn't turning, certainly in the same way if you look at the other videos. That it's not carrying the same corner speed as the GTR, as the Bone Shaker, even the Falcon NASCAR, which had the fancy racing tires on it. So it's just a bit challenged with that front-wheel drive layout, which I was expecting. I mean, just, come on, turn! That's my feeling, I just want to keep shouting at it, turn, you silly blue thing! I was technically faster that lap by a few hundredths of a second, but yeah, I think we're going to struggle to get past 48.3, to be frank. Come on. I think Yeah, trying to get that corner there. I mean, that corner's nasty in normal cars. This thing, it really doesn't like it. It really doesn't like it, because it's almost a never-ending apex in the fact that you have to get on the power as you're turning if you want to have a good run. And, well, it doesn't like that. The differential gets very angry with you. My controller is just vibrating up a storm because you're trying to deploy the power and the differential is saying 9! Yeah, come on. Got one more lap to try and get this thing nice and tidy. Can we? I think we can probably get us a 58.3, simply, if I just get a cleanish run. But we shall see. Come on. Now get on the power. We're in a straight line. There we go. And then rev line a little bit, because this corner is a third gear corner. I think it'd be better to leave it in third, to be honest. And drop it down into second. I did not miss that. Maybe I did. Forza's weird, this checkpoint system, man. Forza's weird. Sometimes it gives you those, sometimes it's just very finicky. And no doubt, we timed it perfectly with the AIs, because this track was built before I had the forethought to make the AIs go a different direction. There we go. Come on, don't get distracted by that, please! Is it faster? It is! I think that was a 58.1. I think that was a 58.1. 58.2, I'll take it. I was good, I was accurate. 58.3 is what I said. 58.225, which will put it into third place. Very good. Beats the Falcon by 0.5 of a second, but it is almost a second down exactly on the GTR. It's a bit down on the Bone Shaker. But you know what? Third place for front-wheel drive, beating out the Lola, beating out the Falcon, beating out the all-wheel drive GTR and the Lego Mini. I will take that any day of the week. That has impressed me a lot more than I thought it would. I thought I'd maybe get a top 5, but podium for front-wheel drive is pretty darn good. But that will be it for this episode, and I will see you on Horizon 5.